that's a very Giants thing to do. You're going to lose the game that you were favored by, and then you're going to surprise the Chargers and beat them. Like,
you are now tuned into DAR Sports Media. It is the football show, and this week I'm gonna integrate a little bit of college football into this because things are getting a little wild. Some developments going on down in North Carolina. Rumors abound. Hell, by the time you listen to this, it might have already happened. That Bill Belichick and the university, I ain't going to get into all the details and all the weird language, but basically the bottom line is Belichick and North Carolina are working on a way for him to get on out the door. There's a couple of different ways that it could happen. And, who knows? Maybe they go out and they whoop the dog shit out of whoever they're playing this weekend and everybody feels differently about it after they sleep on it a little bit. But right now, Bill's looking at it and he says, I have taken some brutal ass whoopings. Clemson had 28 points on 17 plays in 6 minutes of time of possession this past weekend. In the first quarter, Dabo Swinney probably went home and looked in the mirror and apologized for God to what he done to Bill Belichick like that. Bill looked at things and said, you know what? I've taken these ass beatings. Jordy already got to wear all the cute outfits in light blue. These are the only two things we're here for. Maybe it's time to, this ain't no fun no more. I think I'm going to go ahead and move on. It hurts because I think I said when this ball broke, when we did an episode during the summer, I warned that this almost never works. Almost never. And I was really worried about this going bad. I didn't think it was going to go this fucking bad where you're talking about, dude, he don't even need to decorate his house for Halloween because his ass going to be gone 2 weeks out. But I had very serious doubts about this working, and it is failing spectacularly. Speaking of failing spectacularly, this will bring a smile to True's face. I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to feel it through the screen. This Texas thing is looking like it's done, man. This ain't gonna be.
ew.
This ain't going to be what everybody thought it was going to be. And you know what? I'm not even going to go in on Arch too much because I watched 2 quarters of that Texas-Florida game, and he was getting hit or pressured or sacked on literally every single passing snap that I watched. Every single one. Their offensive line is fucking diabolical. They might not win a single game in the SEC. It is it's quite a letdown down there. Quite a letdown. I'll just put it like that. I can't come up with the words right now to talk about how much of a bust all of this is. I guess that's the theme of the college portion, what we're talking about. Big game this weekend, by the way, Oregon and Indiana. Very, very excited about that. Indiana's quarterback is flying up draft boards as a potential top 10 pick.
Big game.
It is a big game. Like, and that's kind of my feelings on Fernando Mendoza as a potential top 5 pick. Like, okay, cool. I want to see him go through the Big Ten season and see what he does. So far, he has 14 touchdowns, no interceptions. Set some records at Cal, where he transferred from, with no offensive line, no skill players. Has looked excellent so far. Coach Sig, Indiana, his system is supposed to be quarterback friendly. So, and I like Dante Moore too. I like Dante Moore as a potential top pick. Maybe one of the teams I cover in the NFL may or may not be in the market for a new quarterback and be drafted in the top 5 upcoming. So, very interesting game to me. Indiana and Oregon, but I think the overall vibe here coming in the beginning of the college football season, a lot of disappointment, a lot of crash and burn. Texas, Bill Belichick, thoughts? True.
I mean,
I went to you first because you're the most hateful person on the pod. So
I don't even know if that's true, but I will say this: I do take pride in my hating. I was hopeful, but I think we all kind of talked about it before. It just seemed kind of like a wash from the beginning. Belichick came in. He kind of tried to rearrange a lot of things, but it just didn't seem like the right fit. And also, man, like I said, dude's a weird dude, man. Like Belichick's a weird dude, and everything he's done, pretty much this last however many years, it's been weird. The girlfriend that's old enough to be his granddaughter, that was weird. I mean, that was like some of the decision making for this, for this North Carolina thing. I thought it was a little weird, and it just didn't seem like it was going to work. But I mean, I guess he got the attention he wanted. I don't know. Can you go through a midlife crisis in your 70s? I don't really know if that's a thing or not.
If you're going to live to be 150.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. It's just looking at Belichick. I don't necessarily see him. He's what is he? 1 foot out the door. If he can get another team or media job, he's on the way out. Like I don't think his heart was really in this from jump. I think it was just an opportunity away for him to kind of, he didn't seem like he was going to find what he was looking for in the NFL. Didn't seem like he was, going to find whatever. And it just kind of worked the way it worked, but it was doomed from the beginning.
You know what?
Go ahead.
You know what's interesting? 2 trains that might be converging on the tracks here. What? Because to me, it sounds so odd when he says I can find another landing place with a team. Like, what does that even mean? Like another college team? Or there's a certain team in South Florida that might be pretty damn close to firing their coach, in large part because of their defensive woes. I wonder if how my Dolphins peoples might feel about bringing on old Coach Bill to stabilize things for the rest of the year. And there you go. Old Jordy can go down there and wear all the cute bikinis and because that's what all that matters in Bill Belichick's life now is if his young lady can wear cute outfits. So maybe that comes together. Who knows?
I have a thought, and there's a couple teams that might be on the lookout for new coaches. And
yeah, is there any other teams you could think of that have defensive problems right now and might need a new coach? Apollo?
Oh man, I was getting to that. I was getting to that too. I just don't know how that's gonna look. I don't know how that would look, and I can tell you.
You talking about Glennie and the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to look like a fucking disaster is what it's going to look like. But no, I'm not talking about Glennie and the Jets. Hell no. Hell no.
Who
talking about?
No, you talking about? Yeah.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
This is honestly what the Ravens deserve, so I don't want to hear it.
I kind of need to see that happen. I kind of need to see that, like, just for myself. I just need to see that happen.
Oh well, I'll put it like this: you probably have hope because if it comes down to Miami or Baltimore, you already know which way the person who's running that household is gonna pull him to go. So probably don't need to worry about it. But
yeah,
real quick before we move on to your guys' thoughts, True, I'm surprised you ain't got nothing to say about this Texas situation.
I mean, listen, bro. Everything I have to say about Texas, I'm saying it to one particular person via text message because that person typically says, "Don't bother me about anything involving Texas. Don't bother me about," and I'm gonna bother them anyway. So that's what my hate stem from. Like honestly, that's just my hate for them is one person. So I'm directing my hatred towards them. Definitely directed my hatred towards them. But I mean, it's not a complete shock. I think I said it in the beginning. Like I thought Texas was ranked well where they were. I just didn't think they were going to live up to what they were ranked. And being proven right, like I said, it's fine. But season still got a little ways to go. But yeah, we still got a little ways to go. But it don't look too good right now, and it will continue to not look good. And once we get to the end of the season, I shall gloat way more once this is over. That's when you'll hear me talk my shit. I don't want to talk too early and then all of a sudden Texas go on like a couple games and win the streak and then I gotta like eat crow and shit. No, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna wait.
What's tough about college is like, in the NFL they can make a cut, they can make a trade. They could do ain't none of that in college. Like you got the guys you got, and here we are till next year. So yeah, we'll have to see about it. Tay, you're hanging out, man. What's on your mind, football wise? What sticks out to you, college or NFL from the past weekend?
I'll do both briefly, but college, I'm definitely excited for Oregon, Indiana. I'm not worried about that game. Usually, I'm kind of worried about rain games and stuff, but nah, that'd be bad.
Easy work.
Yeah, they suck. That's a yeah, they do. They suck. That's a 20-point win.
Okay, so you say they suck. You guys have such a higher talent level. So if this Mendoza cat goes out there and balls out, even if they still lose, does that really raise him up in the draft standing in your estimation?
Yes, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. Like it'll help. It depends on how it looks, but yeah, it can help him out. Because I know, like after the college season, they'll look at like the like the big games that he's played in and stuff. So yeah, it'll help him out for sure. But he has to play good. But if he plays good, then I don't know. We don't beat them by 20 then if he plays good.
I think he's still good.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, he could be 30 to 50, right?
Yeah.
Certainly could.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Broncos and Eagles game real quick. That's definitely the best win of the NFL season so far, in my opinion.
Not the same day when the Bucks went all the way out to Seattle and took it from them, and Baker Mayfield had an incredible performance. You like the Broncos better?
Yeah, that's the best one of the year. Yeah,
okay.
Because they were down. They scored 18 in the fourth quarter in Philly. They were undefeated. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good win. Especially Bo Nix. He wasn't playing too hot earlier. Really the whole year. He just he hasn't been all that good. But this was a great team win in general. Yeah, they figured it out. The Eagles tried to do something different. They they wanted to pass the ball a lot more, and they lost. Saquon 6 carries. That should never happen.
Carries. That's what I was just about to say.
That should never happen. That's why they lost.
Y'all are idiots, man. Like what? Y'all are allowing this off-field nonsense to let you do stupid shit on the field. True was talking about it last week.
Said it. I said it.
Goddamn, it actually happened. That's unbelievable, man.
I knew it was coming. You got to think about it. If your receivers can't shut the fuck up, and niggas on the goddamn, like, why are you on social media whining and complaining? The media is basically your undefeated team. You got Smith, you got Brown. They both unhappy with their roles. You're winning. I get it. You want to be featured in the offense more. And then, of course, the fan base and the Eagles is like, oh, well, Jalen can only do so much and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, cut that nonsense out. You go on the field, you win. They had to have a meeting. You know what I'm saying? They had to have a meeting with those three, I believe I read earlier today. But they had to have a meeting, and then they're wearing these different uniforms and blah, blah, blah. Like, you're defending champions. You're 4-0 coming into the season. Like, this is unnecessary drama. And you're spoiled. You're spoiled. You just want a fucking championship. You're 4-0. People are projecting you to go back to the Super Bowl. Like, at the end of the day, your yards are going to be your yards. You got a bunch of guaranteed money. You're going to go out there and do your thing. Like, brother, just go to work. You allow a team like a Broncos or like any other team can go out there and punch you in the mouth if you got too many distractions. Your focus should be on winning. Your focus should be on getting the job done. And that's it. And they weren't focused, and I don't expect them to let their fingers slip, obviously, against the Giants. But I mean, if they lose against the Giants, Jackson Dart dance on them without Malik, it's Commander season out there in the NFC East, if that's the case. It's Commander season.
Well, speaking of Apollo, go ahead, man.
Hey. All right, man. All right, let me get this out the way. Jackson Dart, still love the kid. He's still saving grace, but I know this is going to be bumpy ride. I'm glad he lasted another game. Them shoulder pads still look a little small, a little thin, but we'll get there. That was a weird game. That was a really weird game, but it was a typical trap game. And of course, the Giants are a team to fall in that trap. The script goes, and I'm putting that in quotations. The script goes. See, they were supposed to lose to the Chargers, and then they were supposed to beat the Saints. But it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, you got a West Coast team going cross country. That's always a little tricky. And what happened. The Giants came out with that win. They looked pretty good by doing it. We talked about that last week. But this game, I don't know, this game just had it. First of all, the hype was getting a little too much. And when you have moribund franchises like the Giants, and they're not traditionally moribund, but for the past, I'll say 10, 15 years, they've been a little moribund. They like you do things that equate to a loser's mentality. One win, oh snap, you feel like you won a Super Bowl almost. and you take the opponent lightly. Even I was saying, they should be beating the Saints. Now, granted, they're not that far off as far as like teams. Like they're kind of on the equal playing field. They both are bad. With the inclusion of Jackson Dart and that momentum, I just thought that would, at least be enough to win. But it wasn't enough. I can't believe that Spencer Rattler, what he had, an 8-game losing streak going into last year. He snapped that. That's just not good. Like that's just not a good thing as a franchise. You don't want to be the person that snaps a guy's losing streak, whatever. But we got next week. We got the Eagles. Look, with all the things you guys just laid out about the Eagles, this is still a trap game for them. Are they going to get it together? Is this going to be another squeaky wheel narrative? Because we can argue this past game, the Eagles and Broncos, was one of those situations. You're hearing a lot of buzz about AJ Brown being unhappy, and it's like, okay, usually coordinators or coaches are like, all right, let's just feed the guy, shut him up for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah, give him a few extra looks. You can kind of make an argument, and I've seen some people do this. You can make the argument that they went to him and Devontae Smith more. Let's not leave Devontae Smith out of this, because even though he's quiet, that doesn't mean he doesn't talk. You know what I'm saying? And if AJ's saying something, he probably saying something too. Now, I just feel that you want to get your best players happy. So, you can argue that since they got to them more and kind of went out their game plan, that could be a reason that they lost. Saquon Barkley, like I said, didn't get that many touches. Now he did have that reception, that touchdown reception. That was nice. But but people have to also realize, and I've said this I think in earlier pods, there was always going to be a regression on Saquon Barkley's part, because look at the all-time year he had last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way the pendulum swings. So that game, that might be game of the week. I don't know. That might be game of the week. So we'll see. I expect the Giants to lose. I hope they win, because I don't want the momentum from Jackson Dart to be bad this quickly. Like, I want to have a little bit of momentum. Like, geez. But I expect them to lose though. It'll be a close game though, because I don't think the Eagles did this a couple years ago. Like they play down to their competition. They kind of played bored, like they just trying to get to the playoffs, And when you play like that, you'll be able to stumble a few times during the season. So that's it for the Giants. Let's get to these Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be a quick one too. This is just compounding garbage that they're putting on display. I do not like what I'm hearing about the rumblings around the building. May be, all right, let's hold Lamar out. Hopefully he'll get right. Some of these other guys, well, Humphrey, other guys might be feeling a little better after the bye. So let's make a push, and maybe we can sneak in the playoffs. See, that is loser mentality thinking, if that's true. And when you got like a team like I said, the Giants, I was just talking about, or the Browns, or the Jets, like teams that aren't used to having success. So what they want to do, they want to project, and it's like, come on, man, just win the games. So basically, they're forfeiting because Lamar is not going to be playing against the Rams. They're forfeiting this chunk of games, and they think they're going to be able to turn on the light switch and just make a run. It ain't that simple.
Even if you do, you give up, you just give up games.
Give up games.
You're putting yourself in a very precarious position.
Exactly.
Because I brought this up last year with the Niners. Like, you can't just throw away games on stupid shit because you're going to lose games on things that are not really in your control. Like, things are just going to happen where you're going to drop a few games. So if you're throwing away games like that you could win, fucking around, then people get hurt, and then you're stuck for 3 games straight like this.
Yep.
Not the way to go.
It's not the way to go. So, and now the schedule, I say after the bye, the schedule lightens up a little bit. But I mean, what type of team are they going to be then? I don't know. I mean, you already traded Owe. I mean, I knew they weren't going to sign him, but you traded him for a damn 7th round safety. Now, granted, I'm getting a little tired of this brotherly trade that the Harbaugh brothers always seem to do. Like, you take my guy because I don't really want him no more, but I still want him to stay in the league, like that type of stuff. Now, it worked out with Michael McDonald. Too bad we didn't keep him longer, but it worked out with him. And then we're going to give him Greg Roman in return. Like, come on, man, fellas, I don't want his trash. I don't want the Chargers bums. You know what I mean? I don't. Now, what I'm hearing is this kid that they got in that trade is supposed to allow Hamilton to roam around and be that true free safety that they want him to be. All right, that's cool. He has to get on the field first. I'm talking about Hamilton. So let's just try to win every damn game. Like, the division is still up for grabs. I don't care how the Steelers look. The Steelers are always liable, to have an up and down season. They're always liable to implode at some point, especially with Aaron Rodgers. Even though Aaron Rodgers has been surprisingly been keeping quiet. I mean, he hasn't said a damn thing. No McAfee features and stuff like that. So, and the Browns and the Bengals, they're still losing. So it's prime for us to at least try to make some ground, but we got to at least take this shit one game at a time and not worry about, oh, we can flip the light switch. Because I'm not trusting Lamar Jackson right now. I don't trust his mentality. He didn't look right the whole time, the whole year. But we'll see, man. But I expect this to be a loss, though. I expect the Rams to beat the Ravens, definitely.
So what are you looking forward to this weekend, Tay, other than Oregon, Indiana? Big stuff.
Oh, definitely. Someone said the game of the week was the Giants. They will never have the game of the week, just letting you know. But the real game of the week, we all know, Bears and Commanders, man. Number 1 pick versus number 2 pick. Great game last year. The whole
the table.
Hail Mary.
Like, come on, Niners, okay.
They put us they put us Monday night for a reason. Come on. Number 1 pick versus number 2. It don't get better than that.
Oh my God.
And the Commanders got the best running back in the league, best quarterback in the league. So I mean, it's gonna be a great game. I definitely can't. You won't tell me. No, I'm not gonna lie. Don't even say anyone. Come on. You know my quarterback. You know my list. You know my list. But yeah, it's definitely a great week. 49ers and Bucks will be pretty interesting. Mac Jones is interesting. It's the I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little weird out there. Like Mac Jones keep playing good. Well, he got a 2-year deal, but Mac Jones he's gonna make it weird in San Francisco.
People
I'm not gonna lie.
have been jumping on this controversy that
Brock Purdy's better for sure. I'm not saying, but like Mac Jones could
he ain't been getting better results lately.
That's true. He's better. He's better than Mac Jones, but Mac Jones could get like a Sam Darnold contract. I feel like if he plays this year, if he keeps playing good every single game, and then next year, on this last year on this deal, he'll get it. I think he'll get like a little contract. Like the Raiders, I mean, they got the worst quarterback in the league, so I mean, something. But I could see, I could see Mac Jones getting a little something. He's definitely playing himself back in the NFL because it wasn't looking good for him. But
I mean, he did that. He did that with all backup skill players the other night too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So
people been jumping on this like, quarterback controversy. Like I'm scared to have that fucking conversation. So usually when there's a quarterback controversy, it's because both quarterbacks suck. This is, we already like Brock Purdy, and then Mac Jones is balling the fuck out. I don't really give a fuck who is out there as long as they're doing what they need to do. And if Brock Purdy keeps throwing interceptions and Mac Jones keeps not throwing interceptions, got to do what you got to do. That don't mean, that don't mean I don't want. If the most ultimate nuclear scenario plays out, I would, I'm glad Brock Purdy got paid. I'm glad for what he did for the team, and I'd love to see him balling out on another team who gives us a draft pick in exchange for him. True, what are you looking forward to the most?
I'm glad the 49ers and Bucks was mentioned because we're about to see another game in the campaign of Baker Mayfield for MVP this season.
Yeah. I'm
on board. I can't believe I'm on board, but I think that's going to be the game of the week to watch. To me, obviously Bears and Commanders are, we know Tay. I mean, we already know how Tay feels. I don't think that's going to be much of a game to watch. I think the Commanders going to dance on the Bears personally, but
yeah, same here.
I think
I like watching Jay Daniels ball out.
I'm not arguing. If that's your thing, I'm not arguing that.
Listen,
Bill.
Look, I can't wait. I can't wait to see Caleb, throw a couple interceptions and just make some bad mistakes. Because I mean, there's no way I lose in this. Because there's no way I can lose in this. Like if the game is good, the game is good, and I got to watch a good game. If the game is terrible, I get to come over here and listen to you, listen to you. I get to come on here and talk shit about Caleb. It's like there's no way to lose in that. The only thing I am fearful of this week is that somehow, some way, the Broncos do a Broncos and them Glenny and the Jets somehow pull out a win over the Broncos. That is what I fear because I have watched them go down by double digits to the Eagles. I've watched them blow a game against the Chargers and just in general. Like I have seen things that make me nervous for the Broncos going into this game against the Jets. The other game I'm looking forward to is the Bills and Falcons. Honestly, Falcons the Falcons got a little gumption there with themselves, but the Bills got punched in the mouth a little bit, got surprised by the Patriots of all people. So I'm anxious to see how that game turns out. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion like the Bills are gonna, dance all over and shit all over the Falcons. I mean, they'll probably win, but the Bills ain't. I've been saying I wouldn't fear the Bills. I've never feared the Bills in any way, shape, or form. So I don't see them as something to fear. I guess I'm looking forward to the Lions and Chiefs. Like I guess I am more so to see what version of the Chiefs shows up and how hilarious this game gets. Lions have looked well most of this season, but I mean it's not hard to look well against the fucking Bengals like they did this past week. I mean, I wasn't even in the city for this. I wasn't even in Cincinnati for this because I already knew what was coming, and it was very melancholy in the city this weekend, which is why I'm glad I wasn't here. Yeah, I think that's it though. I don't think there's a lot of games this week. Like I might watch the Browns and Steelers for like joke purposes, and I might watch the Bengals and Packers just to see what happens with this Joe Flacco thing and to see how that goes. Or if they do, and I want to watch the Browns and Steelers because I want to see Dylan Gabriel he don't look horrible. He don't look horrible. So I'm anxious to see how that goes. It's a long season. Shador might get off the Gatorade, might get off the body armor and the Gatorade, and might be able to get some snaps soon. So we'll see. But other than that, man, Ravens going 1-5. Can't wait to see how many yards Nakua puts up on them. Can't wait to see that.
Rams are going to be pissed to the maximum pistivity this weekend. So, yeah, I could see that as well. Some things that you can see coming up here soon on DAR Sports Media. We're back with hoops this week. Eastern Conference or Western Conference, whichever one you guys decide. We're doing a preview this week of one of the two conferences, getting ready for the NBA season, loading up. It's also spooky season around here. Me and Drew, and possibly a surprise special guest, planning on putting out a companion Medium website piece that goes along with the written pieces that we have on DAR. Top 10 horror movie villains is going to be on there. We're going to be busting out a pod. The last one did really good numbers. Another cultural media pod that we did a couple weeks ago about food courts. Excited about this one for the month of October. Doing great numbers on the Medium site for that article. All that, so much more. Catch us over on the United Football Media as well. The UFL announcing 3 new markets, the rebranding of a bunch of other markets. There's crazy stuff going on in the world of spring football. Going to be very interesting for us to bring you the coverage this spring on United Football Media. Tell me about it, all of us guys that cross-pollinate over there. Some new challengers from me and Tay to discuss on the DC Defender Show, baby. So check us out over on United Football Media. Stay tuned for the media posts this weekend. NBA season coming up. We got all that, so much more, and that is because the world of DAR never stops.